of that, I've been followed in the library, I've been harassed, I've been vocally threatened just for being a Jewish student. It's not safe for Jews on campus, and honestly, if I had known that this would be the case before I decided to come to McGill, I wouldn't have come here.
From which river and which sea we are
Well, that's
talking
it. I
about?
mean, we're talking what, to the Nile to the Euphrates, from the I'm not sure. My geography isn't the best.
Vas-y, on se fait. Allez, vas-y. On se fait des bisous de caméra, c'est ça, hein? Vas-y.
Vous faites quoi que ce soit? Hello everyone, I'm Alexa Lavoie reporting live from Montreal, and behind me you can see anti-Israel encampment located at McGill University, where students and supporters have decided to occupy the area to call for the institution to completely sever ties with Israel. This is the first of its kind in Canada. Many universities across America throughout last week have begun setting up their own pro-Hamas tent cities for a similar message. Shockingly, several of these campus solidarity protests for Gaza are preventing Jewish students from entering the premises and chanting anti-Semitic slogans.
Got it! Okay. Kill the Jews. Anybody on board? Anybody on board? Yeah. You just chanted for it. You just chanted for it.
One notable organizer, a student of Colombia, called for all Zionists to die before being removed and expelled.
Zionists? They're Nazis. They're Nazis. They're fascists. They're supporters of genocide. Why would we want people who are supporters of genocide to live?
It seems to me that these people are some wealthy, privileged, young people who don't really have a clue about what they are protesting here and are virtue signaling on their parents' dimes. Do you remember the last time when I asked some of the anti-Israel protests here in the city which river and sea they mentioned in the chant "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free"? And most of them didn't know anything about it. Do you know which river and which sea we are talking about?
Mer Rouge et la rivière, je sais plus exactement.
Ask him.
Which one?
This one.
Okay, so just Google it, okay? And
just earlier this week, Rebel News commander Ezra Levin covered on the ground in New York, Columbia University, and also saw firsthand how clueless the students were and their lack of dialogue with the press. How long will McGill University allow for this to happen? How will they ensure the safety of Jewish students attending their studies? And how will the Montreal police, the SPVM, treat these protesters in comparison to how they treated the anti-lockdown rally goers during the pandemic? Support our coverage at deporthamas.com to chip in towards our reporting cost, and on the same website you can sign the petition. Behind me, they are not people who are anti-Israel. They are Antifa, because this is Antifa tactic. They are there for disturbing, growing their agenda. They are not really there for, for the cause. If you really ask them questions about the conflicts between Israel and Palestine, they probably don't know much about it. They are just there for, they are just privileged students. They are rich students, and they are here on the dime of their parents. Probably their parents didn't know they are here. And most of them wear masks. Why they wear masks? Because they don't want to be recognized. Do not touch. Tu vas voir mon avocat bientôt. On est capable de reconnaître ton visage très, très, très rapidement. Je veux pogner sa face.
On t'a pogné sa face. Ben oui.
Vous êtes vraiment agressif, hein?
Pas bienvenu.
Comment ça, on n'est pas le bienvenu? En passant, là, vous n'avez pas le contrôle sur l'université. C'est McGill qui a le contrôle sur l'université. Est-ce que vous êtes un étudiant? Parce que vous avez l'air quand même assez âgé.
Recule pas, c'est moi qui recule.
Hein? Est-ce que vous êtes un étudiant? Est-ce que vous êtes un professeur? Est-ce que vous êtes quelqu'un qui travaille sur le campus? Vous savez qu'aux États-Unis, il y a des professeurs qui ont été reconnus. Est-ce que vous avez risqué peut-être de perdre votre emploi, de faire ce que vous faites en ce moment?
Êtes-vous des Québécois?
Êtes-vous des Québécois, là?
Ça te choque, cette question-là? T'aimes pas ça?
Ça te choque, cette question. T'aimes
Don't
pas
like,
ça?
don't like this question?
We don't like this question. We don't like this question. Oups!
Hey, échappe pas ton sel, hein?
Oh, pourquoi? Est-ce que tu veux me menacer de prendre mon cellulaire?
Je suis en train de te menacer, je suis en train de
T'es-tu en
te dire
train de me
pas échapper ton
menacer
sel.
de quelque chose?
Pourquoi me menaces-tu, voyons, hein? Hein? T'es en train de me menacer? Ah, on se fait des bisous, vas-y, on se fait. Allez, vas-y. On se fait des bisous de caméra, c'est ça, hein? Vas-y,
Vous faites quoi que ce soit, là, en ce moment, là, puis la police, elle va s'en venir.
Oh, puis la police,
Puis
elle
moi,
va
je
s'en
sais
venir.
exactement qui est là.
Fascistes dans nos manifs!
Pas de fascistes dans nos manifs! Pas de fascistes dans nos manifs! Pas de fascistes dans nos manifs!
Qu'est-ce que c'est
Pas
un
de
fasciste?
fascistes
C'est quoi
dans
un
nos
fasciste?
manifs! C'est quoi un fasciste?
C'est quoi?
Dans nos manifs!
C'est quoi un fasciste? Je me demande si vous êtes professeur ou travaillez pour une compagnie importante. Pour ce que vous êtes en train de faire, vous savez que c'est vraiment pas correct.
Ouais, moi, je travaille pour Antifa Inc, ma chère.
Parce que la liberté de presse au Canada, elle est permise partout.
Y a pas
Vous êtes trop lâche pour me le dire. Which river? Which sea? Hein? Which river? Which sea? Oui. Pourquoi faire ça? C'est quoi le but? Je te conseillerais de pas toucher à la caméra, même si c'est ta face.
Tu m'as touché en premier, c'est légitime que je te repousse.
Vous pensez qu'en ce moment, ce que vous faites, en fait, c'est pas intimider les étudiants qui sont juifs?
Est-ce que c'est des photographes ou c'est des
Qui,
vlogueurs?
eux, ont des personnes qui ont été kidnappées.
Matériel, en vrai.
Est-ce que vous avez
En vrai,
pensé
ça
un
pourrait
peu
être des
aux
vlogueurs,
répercussions que vous êtes en train de
hein. C'est
faire?
ça. Mais c'est les rebelles. C'est les rebelles de Rebel News, oui, les vlogueurs. Alors, dites-nous un peu. C'est comment les news? C'est comment?
Ah, ça va vraiment changer de quoi? En passant, je suis capable de capter tout en haut.
Waouh, elle capte tout en haut grâce à son antenne, ma foi. Waouh.
Ah oui, ben
Le
vous allez voir.
grand budget Rebel News, tabarnak.
Ben oui!
Tu te rends compte qu'on te filmait par en haut? Fais un don.
Fais un don, oui, c'est ça. Si tu me touches encore, je te le dis. Je vais pas te poursuivre pour... Je te le dis. La police, elle nous voit, là, elle est juste là. You see, like, the police is just in front of us. They don't care. We'll go and see the march.
On va aller plus loin, on va jaser.
OK, on va jaser.
Quoi, plus loin? On n'a pas le droit d'être ici.
J'arrêterai pas de filmer, par exemple.
Vous voyez visiblement là, qu'ils ne veulent pas vous avoir ici. Juste à reculer, ça n'arrivera pas, ça.
Mais non, plus je recule, puis plus il s'en vient vers
Ben
moi.
non, mais si vous allez un coin de rue plus loin, il serait plus...
Mais je suis ici pour faire mon travail de
Je
journaliste.
le sais, mais sauf que
Donc,
regardez ce que ça provoque.
écoutez, mais c'est
Chacun-
pas normal une attitude comme ça, vous voyez bien. Moi, ça me dérange pas de me tenir à distance. Mais ils se rapprochent, ils se rapprochent, ils se rapprochent, ils me provoquent, ils me touchent. Et ils ont des contacts physiques avec moi et je leur ai dit d'arrêter.
Ben ça, j'ai pas vu ça. C'est que les porter plainte, vous pourrez aller porter plainte. Là.
Donc, vous n'êtes pas là pour faire votre travail de policier, puis
Moi, là,
justement
actuellement,
faire en
il n'y a
sorte qu'ils me
pas
lâchent
rien
un peu
qui se fait,
tranquille.
là, actuellement.
This is the police. So instead of trying to engage conversation with the protestant, asking them, can you please like leave them alone doing their job? They are asking us to go a corner of the street away where we are actually, it's actually impossible to report on the story. So this is hilarious. So the police right now is taking part and they are protecting them instead of actually just asking them, you know, just give them their space, don't engage with them, don't harass them. This is Montreal. Did you see that?
We are here to say.
Like every time that I'm getting close to police, they are running away from me instead of actually like doing their job.
Essaye de nous tirer les pistoles.
Again. Have you seen that every time I'm going to go close of a police officer, because, you know, just for them to be a witness of if something happened, they are just running away. They are just like, they don't care. The SPVM is BS. SPVM doesn't want to do their job properly and to protect the freedom of press. Hey, je t'ai dit de pas me toucher! Là, je vais lever le ton en esti. Je vais lever le ton. Puis, ils veulent pas rien faire, puis c'est vraiment commencé à être tannant, là.
Arrête de suivre la madame, là, on s'en va, vous êtes plus dans le cours.
Quand elle s'en va, nous, on va rester. Après la
Je suis
provocation.
une journaliste.
Après la provocation.
Rebelle.
On va faire la provocation, on va arrêter de la suivre.
Là, c'est assez, là.
Fait que vous retournez sur le trottoir ou dans la manif.
Merci beaucoup, messieurs.
Parce que la manif s'en vient, c'est des...
Regarde, ça tourne sur McGill, fait qu'aller là-bas les rejoindre, ça va être plus simple.
So actually I was wrong, and I want to rectify that. Police were actually leaving when I was getting close from them, because those Antifa protesters with their umbrella were blocking their view. So as a police, they need to see what's going on, so it's why they were going away. But they are coming back, so I hope like the police will also like do something and protect us. We'll see. Qu'est-ce que vous avez pas compris?
Bla, bla, bla.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez pas compris?
On n'a rien compris.
Non, vous avez pas compris. Non.
Your group's over there. She's 150 feet to the right. I don't see how she's harassing you. You came here to her.
I was walking on the street.
No, you're not walking. You're looking for trouble.
Honestly, if she stays, sir.
Wow. This is so much harassment. This is so much harassment.
So what's going on here?
They are just harassing us. They are Antifa. Some people are just want to cross the street, and they just want to walk, and they need to go on the street to be able like to cross into the street, because they are blocking everybody who try to pass through. This is hilarious. Those people have like, do you agree with those people to just like come with umbrella and just like try to harass people?
Listen, I can only speak for myself. I believe like anything that is in public, you have the right to film. If it's in plain view, you have the right to film this building, this police officer, whoever. So I believe in those essential freedoms. I don't know who those people were, and I believe in freedom of press and freedom of inquiry and photography.
There is some Jewish student who was impacted by the October 7th, and
I believe October 7th was an inside job. Israeli military personnel who served on the border have said that themselves.
These guys have bad intentions.
He knows us, and he is free to express his own opinion. You don't need to control everybody's thoughts.
Well, I believe that this is a grassroots protest. Anybody could come here. You may have infiltrators, instigators. We see this at the Columbia University protest, where you actually had teachers posting signs pretending to be Palestinian pro-Palestine supporters, but really agitating. And I'm not saying every incident of disrespect is staged, but there are definitely incidents that have been staged.
Do you care about the feeling
I'm trying to ask the question in so many ways.
Yeah, but because you don't answer the question. Do you care about the feeling of the Jewish student who see that and feel intimidated and harassed on their own campus?
I don't see why Jewish students would feel intimidated and harassed by a protest that is protesting a disproportionate, brutal war response. That anybody could come here and say things. I speak for myself. From what I understand, the river to the sea basically means, from what people have explained to me, it means freeing an area from apartheid, from discrimination, from colonial settler, brutalities.
And from which river and which sea we are
talking about? I mean, we're talking what, to the Nile, to the Euphrates, from the I'm not sure. My geography isn't the best.
They took campus in a stage. They actually stopped Jewish students to assist to their course. Do you think this
any targeting
is justified?
The targeting of Jewish students, I mean, if that did happen, if it wasn't staged or whatever, if it did happen, I didn't see it personally, but if it did happen, I would personally, obviously, intervene and stop it, and I'm against that. So,
are you a student at McGill?
Yeah.
How do you feel to see your campus being taken in a stage by pro-Hamas, anti-Israel protesters?
I mean, we've seen this in the US, and some places, some universities have reacted really poorly. Some people have allowed police to take the measures, that are necessary. This morning, McGill sent out an email to all students and faculty saying that the encampment violates the student code of conduct and would not be allowed, and now they're refusing to act on it. They're refusing to allow police presence on campus. So McGill refuses to protect their students. I was just studying for my finals in the library, and I could hear them. So I can't be a productive student here. And it's not a safe environment for me, because every time I walk, I'm harassed, I'm followed, people scream at me. People know who I am because I'm a Jewish student at McGill, and I'm vocal about it. So I'm constantly harassed on this campus, and McGill administration refuses to do anything about it or to protect their Jewish students. For them, these are people that didn't know anything about this conflict before 6 months ago and just decided to make it the biggest part of their personality just because it's convenient to hate Jews and it fits into their narrative.
And the police seems like to not arrest anybody. When we saw in US, they are arresting hundreds of people. Why do you think that there is so much like a double standard here?
So I've actually spoken with McGill and the police many times about this. McGill has to allow police presence onto campus, and until they do that, the police can't act. So it's because McGill administration hasn't allowed them to come onto campus. So, I mean, they're letting all these people who aren't students, who don't go here, who are terrorizing their students onto campus, but they won't let the police who, enforce the law onto campus and enforce McGill's own regulations. They're breaching the student code of conduct in 3 different ways. I can show you the McGill email. McGill refuses to act. It's scary. It's not safe for Jewish students on campus. Every single day there are instances that remind us of that. I've been followed in the library. I have been harassed. I've been vocally threatened just for being a Jewish student. It's not safe for Jews on campus, and honestly, if I had known that this would be the case before I decided to come to McGill, I wouldn't have come here.
It was justified on October 7, what they did.
I don't condemn it. I understand it.
You understand it.
I understand it. Those people.
You don't condemn the massacre that took place on October 7.
No, I don't. I don't condemn it. I understand it. I'm sorry to say.
Are you a student, first of all?
Yeah, Concordia University.
Concordia. As a person who is supporting the Jewish child, I can see it just here, bring them home. How do you feel to see what is going on at McGill University?
It's a shame. It's a shame. They don't know why what they support. They support terrorism, and they don't really care about the Palestinians and the people in Gaza. And if they cared about the Palestinians and the people in Gaza, they would have condemned Hamas and stopped screaming for intifada and from the river to the sea. But they need to educate themselves. I think their goal is just to hate Jews. It's about hating Jews, and it's about killing all the Jews, and that's what they're screaming for. And they're screaming for the genocide of Jews, and then they're screaming for ceasefire. And like you said, one can't come with the other. If you want a ceasefire, you need to bring our hostages back. You need to bring our people back home. I came from Israel. I moved here 2 years ago. When I lived in Israel, I just wanted to be safe. I just wanted to go to Tel Aviv and to know that no one will stab me in the back today, that no one will commit a terror attack in the club that I went to on Friday night. That's what I wanted to know, and that's what the people of Israel want.
We saw that in US, there are hundreds of arrests, but here, nothing is happening.
Because the universities don't care about the Jews, they only care about their reputation, and they know that if they will let police officers to come on campus and arrest their students, their reputation will go down. But they don't understand one thing, that by letting these students screaming what they're screaming and doing what they're doing, the reputation of the university is really going down and it's really destroyed. So I think that Graham Carr and Deep Sinai should understand it and should do something immediately, because I'm from Concordia.
You're a fascist.
So what is a fascist?
Someone who, you know what, go.
What is a fascist?
Go away. Go to your job.
So you don't think that being a fascist...
I talk to you. I regret even talking to you. Go away.
So, but I'm asking, what is a fascist?
I'm saying don't talk to me.
What is a fascist?
Go the fuck away.
It's just a simple question. What is a fascist?
Go away!
Okay. Con, bon.
Bateau?
Pardon?
Oui.
Go over deporthamas.com if you believe that everybody who are here on a working visa, student visa, they are here, they are not Canadian, and they are supporting openly terrorist organization as Hamas should be deported. So go and sign our petition at deporthamas.com.